gratefulness, exuberation, excitement. I'm going to share a couple of stories with you that I thought were just absolutely fascinating. And when I say fascinating, I mean absolutely fascinating. And I want to kind of share a couple of those things with you so that you will know how grateful I am and just how I am overwhelmingly appreciative of the fact that there are so many great things that are going on, and God has allowed and permitted us to be a part of it. So I just wanted to share a little something with you. I wanted to share a little bit of what I believe God has allowed us to do and how impactful it has been in touching other people's lives. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing how the Lord works. It's amazing at what He performs. It's amazing at how He shows Himself mighty. It is just absolutely amazing. Minister Philly, praying for you. You know the Lord He's our healer, and we believe for healing in your body. Valerie, I see you. Michelle, I see you. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. I only brought one device, so I really can't see anybody else that's out here. So I'm just going to try to do something real quick and see if I can't pull up something real fast. I hate doing this because every time I do this, something goes wrong. But I pray that all goes right this time. That's what I'm praying for, that all is well and will remain well. And we can go from there. Let me take a look at something here. Jerry, how are you? Lisa, Christine, Rolanda, Cynthia, how are you this evening? Let me see who else I have here. I want to try to get y'all. Nancy, Michelle, Maria, Barbara, Eva, Carletta, Deb, Jaleesa, Carolyn Johnson, Maria, Cecile, Rita. It's good to see Nala, all of you that have come on board, and just gonna wait for another minute or so, and then we'll share with you just how good God is, because He is awesome, mighty, and powerful. In case you didn't know that, okay. Thank you, Rita. I appreciate that so much. It is an amazing thing, amazing what God will do if we just let Him. Well, let me go ahead and get started. I'm not going to keep you that long. It's a Monday, and I just needed to get this out. I needed to share this with many of you who watched on several streaming platforms. I knew that was going to happen. On several streaming platforms where you had an opportunity to see one of the greatest moves of God in our 300 Black Men March. And when I tell you, it was beyond my expectation. Let me say this first of all to all of the pastors. Hey Tom, how are you? To all of the pastors who, whether they preached streaming live, whether they preached like we did outside, hey Robin, in the heat, whatever the case may be, whatever it was, and then you had on your suits. As hot as it was, 97 degrees. You didn't hear what I said. 97 degrees outside, and yet still, they had their suits on, suited and booted, because we were making a very powerful statement as black men, that we do know how to unite ourselves, and we do know how to come together. The heat index was probably way over 100 to 105 degrees. That's just how hot it was. And yet still, we had more men than I anticipated, because I thought sure the heat would have diminished our numbers. We had Katrina. She ran off 200 of the black business pages. We ran out of those, so we know that we had a minimum of 225 to 250 men that were there. Our goal was still met as far as I'm concerned, and the reason is a lot of men that were there at the event didn't walk, but they were waiting on us when they got there. Some of them were in their cars. They just wanted to be a part of what was going on, and I'm grateful. Grateful for my team, my core team, my Iron Sharpens Iron team. Dr. Baber, how are you? And so they were phenomenal in bringing all of this together, and those that spoke were just fantastic. So I just need to thank those pastors for allowing so many of your men along with yourself to be a part of this march, because it wasn't just you sending your men, but you came with your men. And I'm grateful for that, because, hey, James, how are you, sir? There's so much more yet to come. And then I'm grateful because God, in the midst of all the heat, kept a cool breeze blowing, and you don't know how grateful I am for that. Okay, I was just overwhelmed at how God just continued to breathe on us and bring a cool breeze in the midst of overwhelmingly hot situations. Herma, that's what the Lord did. Carolyn Williams, that's what the Lord did for us, and we're just excited about that. Okay, Tammy, good to see you. And so I wanted to say thank you. I wanted to say thank you to all of the men from near and far, whether they were churched or whether they were organizations, whatever the case may be. Juanita, I was grateful. I am still grateful. We yet still have a couple of more events yet to come. We've laid out our platforms. The mayor is putting together the workshops in order for the things that we have been talking about, Cynthia, the things that we have been going through, trying to bring systemic change into the valley, not just to the Youngstown area, but Warren as well. I'm gonna tell you a story. I just read this story. It's taken me a while to get caught up on all of the great things that are taking place. There was a young man who inboxed me, Tina, and said, when's the next one? He said there was a friend of his that when he told him about it, he got off work. I want you to hear this. This is a young man. He got off work, and when he got off work, what did he do? He said his friend, hey Jasmine, he said his friend went home, showered, changed, put on his suit, ran downtown so he could be a part of what's going on. There's a new excitement, Cecile. There's a new excitement that has been generated in the men of Youngstown and Warren. There's a new commitment, a new awe, a new determination, Lee, that has taken place. Hey, Lee, I just saw the last name. Good to see you. Good to see you. And so this is all I'm saying, Eunice. This is all that I'm saying. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. Yes, Rita, it's just the beginning of great things that are yet to come. So I wanted to share that with you. I was fighting the tears back as I was driving home because the God of my salvation has allowed me to have that kind of influence. I was just on a Zoom call, and when one of the pastors said, it had to have been God to get that many pastors to come together, and there was a ton of them that were there with us. And again, I know I'm being redundant, I know I'm being repetitive, but I'm just sharing my heart with you. Thank you. There's a all men's march that's coming up soon. There is also a all women's march that we are working on so that we can move forward. We have an agenda. We're not just marching just to march. We're not just walking down the streets just to walk down the streets. We're not just doing these things so we can show off. We're doing them because we believe that God has mandated an agenda that is designed to change the lives of people, that is designed to change the life of men and women, boys and girls. And so we're great. We had every age group, Lady Donaldson. We had every age group walking with us. And again, I am just so, Teresa, I'm just so grateful. I'm just so grateful. So I wanted to share that with you. I wanted you to know that there's some other things yet still coming. And I'm just grateful and appreciative of what God is doing. I'm talking about what He did yesterday, but I'm talking about what is yet to be done. Now, let me add and let me move and shift into another direction, because I think this is something important. We are still in a pandemic. The corona virus is still alive and raging. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to practice social distancing. I need you to still, to the best of your ability, wash your hands, sanitize, do what you need to do. You need to do, hey, Michael, how are you? Do what you need to do so that you can stay safe. Michael, I don't know if you had a chance to watch the 300 men march yesterday, but God blessed us tremendously. And I know you're from the city of Youngstown, and I know it had to have made you proud to see what the black men in that city and in Warren were doing. And so all I want to say is please stay safe. Please stay safe. Please don't. I'm noticing more people are wearing masks in stores. Some stores are mandating it, and they need to. Just make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you do what you need to do. Okay? I know, Mike. I'm trying to tell you, Michael. I'm telling you, man. It was great. Thanks, Jaylon. I appreciate that so much. Okay? And I need to say this, and I need to say this from the depths of my heart. God has blessed me with a tremendous, not only number of men, but Gary, He has blessed me with men who have a heart for ministry. And I don't know any other way to say that, Charlene, but to tell the Lord, thank you, Nancy, because He has blessed me with some of the best men on the planet. And Raymond and Vernice, praying that all is well with that young man and that everything is well with him. And I just needed to share that. I just needed to say that. I just needed to do that. Because I think that is overwhelmingly important for me to do. When you have people, and especially men, who are able to follow leadership, and that's one of the things that amaze so many people, because black men don't follow black men. Yes, they do. The devil is a liar. Okay, and so yeah, Michael. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I'm not even going to get started. But there's more yet to come. There's more yet to come, and I saw men of every age group loving each other, supporting each other. There were some men who have gone through some changes, and they were crying because they felt their release. They finally got identified as existing. And you just don't know. If you've gone through most of your life totally ignored, you go through things, maybe some issues have happened, maybe you've had to do some things that you weren't really proud of, and God brings you out, and finally you end up someplace where somebody says, I understand how you feel. I know what you went through. I've been there myself. It transformed the lives of those men. And so I'm grateful. Pray for us. Pray for the Iron Sharpens Iron group. I'll tell you who they are. One of them is Mayor Brown, Daryl Cameron, Brian Youngblood, Jerome Franklin, and Pastor Mark Jackson. That's my group. That's my Iron Sharpens Iron group, core team. And they are phenomenal. They are tremendous. And good. I'm glad it's okay. I was getting ready to call you and find out if everything was all right, Raymond. Grateful to God that it's okay. But listen, let's take care of ourselves. Let's check up on each other. Let's make sure all is well with one another. Pray for us. Pray for the men of Youngstown and Warren. Pray for the men, because there's greater things yet to go. I'm gonna give you a snippet, Debbie, of what is yet to come, and then I'm going to get off of here. When we have our all men's march, I kind of got criticized, and people were murmuring behind my back and all of that kind of stuff, talking about Well, why didn't you invite everybody to come? No, no, no. The first thing, and Michael, I think you can appreciate this more than anybody else, is we need to learn how to support black businesses. We need to learn how to support black entrepreneurship. We need to learn how to support our own money stays in our community for 5 hours. The black community contributes $1.3 trillion of income into other communities every single year, except ours. And so now I got people asking me, and Cynthia, inbox me your email address. I can email it to you. Yes, sir, Lee. I'll let you know when the next one is, and if like if a couple of weeks go by and you haven't, and this is for everybody, if a couple of weeks have gone by and I haven't mentioned anything about it, remind me, because I do have a ton of stuff going on and I want to try to get this information out to you as much as I possibly can. But I got maligned a little bit, got talked about. Even some people were like, well, he just don't want other people. No, 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 no. For too long we have neglected Tyrone, caring for our own, nurturing our own, supporting our own. And what we have to learn how to do is partner with each other. What we have to learn how to do, Jaleesa, is to care for each other. What we've got to learn how to do is be there for each other. And then when we cohesively begin to put that together, then we bring in, and it's in the month of September, then we bring in other people to walk with us, to partner with us, to show us some of the avenues of financing and availability, and how to start a business, how to go after whatever is necessary in order for your business to be viable and to be prosperous wherever you are. I just believe that the best is yet to come. Okay? Yeah, the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. So we need you to pray now. Don't think this doesn't come without a fight. Don't think this doesn't come without some level of battle or opposition. The enemy will never allow black men to come together cohesively without some kind of fight. So what I'm asking you to do is to pray with us, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and spiritual wickedness and rulers of darkness in high place. We need to come together. We got to do what we got to do. Okay, please send me that. Okay, God has blessed so much. Make sure you're preparing to vote. Make sure that you have completed the census. We need those dollars, Lavonda. We need those dollars in our community. And you can sit back and act like it doesn't mean anything. Yes, it does. If you don't fill out the census, Trina, you are actually robbing our community of necessary resources. Don't you understand that it's bad enough as it is? Don't you understand that it's terrible enough as it is? Don't you understand that there are those who have strategically placed themselves in the positions to make sure. Thank you, Michael. That's right. Nothing can stop us but us. I got to use that. Nobody can stop us but us. And so we got to press on and do what we need to do. I'm going to let y'all go. I just needed to share that. I needed to get that out there. I didn't announce that I was doing it earlier. Yes, Jaleesa, I have a dynamic team, and the team works cohesively together. And when those young men spoke and the mayor spoke, it was phenomenal. And they're speaking from their hearts. They're speaking from their souls. They're speaking from their own experience. They're speaking from the crucible of their own existence. And yet still, we will win. So listen, I gotta go. I'm going to sit back here on this deck. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the evening, try to regroup so that we can do. Dr. Bush, how are you? So we can do what we need to do in preparation. Pray for us. There is a candlelight vigil. As you know, we've lost a couple of our major major soldiers in the fight for justice, C.T. Vivian, and then Representative John Lewis. There's going to be a candlelight vigil tomorrow, 7:30, at the courthouse. So all I'm saying, pray for us, pray with us, pray for the men, pray for the men. I'm getting ready to send a little something to Bishop Clark, a little footage to Bishop Clark, because I want him to see what he was instrumental in birthing in my spirit. And when I saw Bishop doing that in Columbus, I said, Lord, can I do that too? And he said, yes, my men need to come together so that they can do great things. So, listen, you have a blessed evening in the Lord. Have a tremendous week in the Lord. To every one of you, we love you. May God bless you. May He keep you. May He prosper you. May He provide everything you stand in need of and then some. May God bless you. May He keep you, is our prayer.